Hello everyone, this is Eliott5891, and welcome to another KTANE module tutorial. This time we're covering Adventure Game, which is one that I really enjoy. We'll go ahead and get it started up. This one is very heavy on the edge work. You need to know everything. So we will begin with that, and then we'll take a close look at the module. So on our first sample bomb here, we have no batteries. That's a little anticlimactic. We have a lit FRQ, a lit SIG, an unlit FRK. We have an RCA port, an RJ port, and a DVI port. Serial number is 2 Echo 1, Bravo Quebec 2, E2E1, BQ2. Alright, so this is an adventure game. What you have is you're fighting an enemy, you have a list of stats, and you have a list of weapons to use and items to use in that battle. You're going to go through and use each item that you need to, and then you're going to pick a weapon based on the enemy type. And all the rules for these are in the manual, which is very conveniently divides things up. But let's go through this together. As the diffuser, you'll want to give... There's one step you'll want to do first. We'll cover that in the second sample, probably. Well... Yes. Okay, we'll cover that in the second one. We're going to start with this one. So, as the diffuser, expert, you're fighting a wizard. Your stats are... And we're going to write all of this down. Now, the statistics... once you get an experienced group, all the stats come out in a specific order. It's actually the same order listed here. Strength, dexterity, intelligence, height, temperature, gravity, and pressure. A lot of people will just condense to just the numbers once they've gotten comfortable with that pattern. I'll go ahead and read out the full thing for this, though. We have 2 strength, 8 dex, or dexterity, 8 intelligence, 8 int, 3'11", 28 degrees C, 9.6 meters per second squared, and 93 kPa, kilopascals. So that'll be your stats. Now you need to know what items and weapons you have. It'll always be 3 weapons first. You have the broadsword, the nasty knife, and the longbow for your weapons. And then for items, you have the cymbal, the hard drive, the step ladder, the sunstone, and the crystal ball. Now this is a lot to take in, but what I would suggest is you just start with the items, go through them one at a time, preferably in order so it's easier for the diffuser to get them all. So we're going to look at the rules for each item and see if they apply. So for the symbol, finding a demon or a golem, that's not true, so we skip that portion of the rule. Or the temperature is greater than 31 degrees. Temperature is 28, that's also not true. So we're not going to use the symbol. How about the hard drive? There are 2 or more of the same port on the bomb. No, we just had 3 unique ones, so no duplicates. That's out. Step ladder. The player is shorter than 4 foot tall. Oh, that's true, I'm 3'11", and is fighting an enemy other than a goblin or a lizard. I'm fighting a wizard, which is not a goblin or a lizard, so I am going to use the step ladder. So we'll jot that down to tell the expert. Sunstone. Sunstone. There are at least 2 lit indicators. Lit FRQ, lit SIG. We do have 2 lit. So we're going to use Sunstone. Crystal ball. The intelligence is greater than the last digit of the serial number. Intelligence is 8. Last digit of the serial number is 2. That part's true. And not fighting a wizard. Oh, well, we're fighting a wizard, so we're not going to use the crystal ball. So those are the items done. And you're just going to go through the rules for them, read them, figure out if they apply. When I do this on paper, I actually just put a little check mark or X next to the ones that I use or don't use, but your methodology is up to you. So that gets the items down. Next, we have to deal with the weapons. We have the broadsword, the nasty knife, and the longbow. What we're going to do for this is each of those weapons is going to require you to use a different stat, or each of them could ask you to use a different stat. They'll give you a bonus to your number in that stat, and you're going to compare that to the monster's equivalent stat. So you'll need to look up what a wizard has. In this case, wizard has 4 strength, 3 dex, 8 intelligence. And we're going to look at all of these things and figure out which one gives us the highest advantage over the wizard. So the broadsword uses the strength, gives it no bonus. So our strength is 2. Our strength is 2. We get no bonus. And the wizard has 4. So that comes out to be a... So we take ours, we add our bonus, we subtract the monsters. That gives us -2. The monster's actually winning by 2. So that's not great. Nasty Knife uses dex. We have 8. No bonus. Opponent has 3. That gives us 5. That looks good. And then the longbow, again, we're using dex. We have 8. But the longbow gives us a bonus of +2. Minus the enemy's 3 gives us 7. So you can look at your 3 total results here. Whichever one is higher, and we're not looking at absolute value, we're looking at which one is numerically more valuable. So like a -1 is higher than a -3. Whichever number is higher, that's the weapon we want to use. So that would be the 7-point advantage we have from using the longbow. So we'll holler out to the diffuser. Use the stepladder, the sunstone, and the longbow. Easy peasy. Let's do another one. And this time I'm going to point out something important. So for this one, we have a golem or a golem. Stats are 5 strength, 5 dex, 7 int. 5 dex, 7 int. Height is 4'3". Temperature's 37°C. 8.7 meters per second, and 108 kPa, sorry. Weapons are the nasty knife, the grimoire, and the caber. Items are balloon, hard drive, cheat code, battery, and potion. Alright. Now I'm going to do this in a very bad way, which is not actually going to affect anything on this one. But I think you'll see where the risk on this one is. So we'll go through the items. Balloon. Gravity is less than 9.3. It's 8.7, so that's true. Or pressure is greater, well, is higher than 9, or less than 9.3 on the gravity, so that's good. Not fighting an eagle. I'm not fighting a golem, so the balloon is a use. Hard drive, 2 or more of the same port. We did not have that. Cheat code. Cheaters never prosper. Don't use these. Okay, well, we're not using the cheat code. And you never, ever, ever, ever use the cheat code. Batteries. There is at most one battery on the bomb. That's true. And fighting an enemy other than a golem or a wizard. Oh, fighting a golem, so that one's out. Potion. Potion. Always use, but note that strength, dex, and int may change. So we're going to use the potion. So here's what we have. Balloon. Gravity's under 9.3. Not fighting an eagle. That's a use. Hard drive. 2 or more of the same port on a bomb. Did not have that. That's a pass. Cheat code. Never use. We pass. Battery. At most one battery was true, but once this and fighting an enemy other than a golem. Well, we're fighting a golem, so that's out. Potion is always used, but notice the stat change. So let's go through these two, and you'll see. Let's say maybe we go ahead and calculate the weapon. But problem is, we do balloon, we do potion, and all of a sudden, our stats here are no longer what they were. A experienced diffuser, one who's kind of played this enough, knows that the potion is an always use, and they will make it a point to scroll through their items before they give out stats, use the potion if they have it, except under one very specific situation, which actually will be covered in a different video because it relates to a different module, souvenir specifically. If they see the potion, they'll use it, and then they'll just give you the stats afterwards. Because let's say one of these rules had said your strength is greater than 7. It would have been a false before I took the potion, because my strength was only 5, but now that it's 7, maybe it's a true, and now I've changed the answer to some of the other stuff I've already put in, or decided not to put in. It's a risk. So, potion, if you have it, take it, and then recalculate stats and work from there. Now this time it didn't matter because none of our items that we passed on, or used for that matter, cared about stats. Our stats. Okay, so let's put these stats in 7, 7, 6. So our new stats are 7, 7, 6. So items are done. And normally, if I hadn't wanted to demonstrate that, I would not actually give the diffuser, hey, use the balloon potion, give me a second on the other stuff. No, wait till you've got it all. We need to look up golem stats. That would be 9 strength, 4 dex, 7 int. I think I know which one's winning already. Weapons are nasty knife, grimoire, and caber. The nasty knife. So we got nasty knife, grimoire, and a caber. The nasty knife is a dex weapon. So that's 7 for us, plus 0 bonus, minus 4 for the enemy's dex, that gives us 3. Grimoire is an int plus 2 actually. So we're going to use our int of 6, add 2, subtract his 7, that's only 1. And caber, that's a strength check plus 2, so 7 strength plus 2 bonus, minus his 9, gives us 0. So of these, our best weapon is the nasty knife. And that's diffused. Now there's a specific enemy I was really hoping to demonstrate, because it lets us really go through the negative concept of things. Let's hop back in. We'll do one more. This time different battery, or different bombs, or different edge work. Let's see if we can get the particular item I want to, or weapon. Enemy. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. I do have it. So I'm going to keep the diffuser page pretty small right now. We have 3 batteries, 2 holders. We have a unlit bob and an unlit FRQ. We have a serial port, and we have a serial number of 2 Echo 0 Sierra Foxtrot 0. Alright, we're going to work on this one. the demon. So we're just going to copy down the information for the demon here. And remember what we said last time. We're going to check through first, see if we have a potion. We do, so we're just going to use it straight off the bat. That does mean that the expert is going to get one less item. If there's a cheat code, I may not even tell them that, so they may get 2 less items. There's a lot of things the diffuser can help with the obvious stuff on this one. But anyway, let's jot down the stuff. We have 7, 11, and 8. So 7 strength, 11 dex, 8 int, 3'3", 36 degrees, 9.4 meters per second squared, and 120 kPa. Weapons are, let's get back to the weapons, longbow, caber, grimoire. Items remaining are ticket, sunstone, hard drive, and small dog. So again, we're going to look through items first. Ticket. The player is 4.6 or taller. Nope. And nope, we're done. That's an X. Not going to use the ticket. Sunstone. There are at least 2 lit indicators. Nope. No indicators. Next. Hard drive. There are 2 or more of the same port on the bomb. Nope. Next. Small dog. Fighting any enemy other than a demon. Nope. So we're not going to use any items this time. All of them are losers. So now we're going to look at our weapons. We have the longbow, the caber, and the grimoire. Longbow is a dex +2, so we're going to use our dex stat, +2, minus the enemy stats. And what is a demon? Oh, 50, 50, 50. Awesome. Minus 50 is 13 minus 50 is negative 37. Caber, that's strength +2, so 7 + 2 minus 50 is 7 2 is 9, minus 50 is negative 41. Grimoire, int +2, we had all the +2 weapons, that's nice. Int is 8 + 2 minus 50 is negative 40. Well, we're losing this fight regardless of which weapon we use, so we want the one that loses the least. We want the highest one still. Remember, negative numbers order kind of looks backwards. So of negative 37, negative 41, and negative 40, negative 37 is your highest number. And considering these all have the same weapon stat, you can also think about it. I've got 13, 9, or 10 that I'm fighting with against 50 either way. I'd rather have 13, so a little closer to 50. So negative 37 is our highest, as weird as that sounds, so longbow will be our weapon. And that's pretty much how you go through an adventure game. We did not have this particular situation come up, but in the instance where yeah, I didn't even come close on this one. First off, be sure you make sure your ands ors, they're very interchangeable over here, or used alternatively rather. There's a couple things that do care about the serial number. Ports, as we saw, indicators, lit and unlit. So make sure you have all the edge work down from the beginning. And when you do your weapon, we didn't actually have this come up, but let us say that maybe our stats instead had been 9 dex. Actually, no. Let's bump the int up to 9, and instead of the caber, let's say we had the broadsword, or instead of the longbow, we had the nasty knife. So if that had been the case, nasty knife is dex 11 plus no bonus, minus 50 is negative 39. A broadsword would have been 7 plus 0, minus 50 is negative 43. And then the grimoire on this stat would have been 9 plus 2 minus 50 equals negative 39. Notice we have a tie at negative 39, which is my highest value in this sort of imaginary case. If you do have a tie for the highest value, either one's fine. Game doesn't make you pick one or the others via certain rules. Either one will be a pass. Uh, Remember, when you are doing this, you have to do all of the items before you do the weapon. So, maybe I look at this troll, I'm like, oh, I've got huge int and no int weapons, of course. Um, Trolls are probably pretty slow, and I've got one dex weapon, so I bet it's the nasty knife. I was really trying to get a strike there, sorry. Come on, strike. There we go. So, I've gone through this appropriately, and I got a strike on Nasty Knife. It could be because Nasty Knife's not actually my best, or it could be that I've missed an item, like a potion, which I know I needed to use. And now, one of those may have been correct, or maybe there was another item to use. I don't know, I didn't actually check. But a strike does not necessarily mean that you've miscalculated your best weapon. It just means you weren't ready for it. Or it could mean that you weren't ready for it as well. So that is the adventure game module. As always, questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, put them down below in the comment section. Try to read them, see what I can do with them. But other than that, that's it for this one. So thank you very much for watching. And until next time, have fun and don't blow yourself up. Alright, bye.